Hi, I'm Avinash. One of my fondest memories of growing up in Bangalore in the 1980s is the time I spent at Varturkere, a beautiful lake on the outskirts of the city. But today, Varturkere is in the news for all the wrong reasons. It's now infamous for its toxic foam. Why? Two-thirds of Bangalore's untreated sewage flows into its lakes. But foaming lakes is not Bangalore's only water problem. In 2022, parts of Bangalore were submerged in floods, while in 2023, Bangalore had a severe drought leading to water scarcity. Why is this happening? India is urbanizing at breakneck speed, and all the construction is destroying the local water resources. But urban governments are struggling to manage water resources at every stage of the water cycle. 50% of urban India's water comes from groundwater, yet we don't manage this resource at all. Then, after we use the water in the city, it flows out as wastewater and pollutes our lakes and rivers that we depend upon. 72 billion liters of wastewater is generated by urban India, but only 28% of it is really treated. The rain that falls in the city simply mixes with this wastewater and floods up our roads and it foams up our lakes. Instead, it should be replenishing our groundwater resources. Climate change is only making things more urgent and more complex. In 2009, Vishwanath, Chitra and I created Biome Environmental Trust to try and find systemic solutions to these urban problems. We work as a practice to policy bridge, working at the intersection of advocacy, research and implementation. We work with city governments and citizens alike to try and transform the way in which cities manage water. We work with communities to implement rainwater harvesting, recharge groundwater, reuse wastewater, and protect lakes and wetlands. The livelihoods of well diggers, sanitation workers, plumbers, fishermen, the knowledge that they bring is the center of our work. One of our key initiatives is the Million Wells for Bengaluru campaign. If every household in Bangalore was able to capture its rainwater on the roof and redirect it into a recharge well, it would stop floods, but it would also recharge groundwater. Well diggers like Raghu Muniappa land up sharing their skills and expertise, and their livelihoods thrive. Biome collaborates with the government and with the media to drive the campaign while providing technical support to citizens and connecting them to well diggers. In Devanahalli, a town which is very close to Bangalore's international airport, people relied entirely on groundwater and suffered from chronic water scarcity. The town authorities were able to supply water only once in 10 to 15 days during summertime. What's the solution? Treated wastewater from Bangalore was transferred into a dried up lake in Devanahalli called Sihinirkere, and this lifted water tables up. We worked with the town authorities to revive open wells, install a water treatment plant, and now these open wells are a source of water for 15% of Devanahalli, and it's a completely drought-proof source of water. We also work with schools and hostels to try and solve their water problems. We work with schools to try and identify solutions to water problems like rainwater harvesting and grey water reuse. And when children become a part of this solution design process, they take these ideas forward not only in schools, but take it home and become better water stewards for the future. Our work has had a lasting impact. We've been able to shape Bangalore's rainwater harvesting law. We've been able to influence Karnataka's wastewater reuse policy, and we've been able to introduce a project in the central government's Amrit scheme, which helps cities manage shallow groundwater, and this scheme is now scaling up to 75 cities pan-India. Our work has resulted in around 10,000 wells, having a recharge capacity enough for 30,000 people's water demand per year. We've already transformed 200 million liters of wastewater from into town water supply. We've worked with around 70 schools covering 17,000 students. In our journey so far, we've had many diverse supporters, ITC, Rainmatter Foundation and Wipro Foundation being among the longer term ones. The Karnataka government has awarded us an opportunity to scale up our work into 3 districts. And we want to take our schools' work into these districts too. But we can't do this alone. We want you to become a part of our journey. We want to be able to revive around 10 large wells covering 1,500 households in the coming year, and we need around 30 lakhs for that. We want to work with around 10 schools covering 1,500 children, and we need 55 lakhs for that. Together, if we work now, we can create an urban India with clean wells and clean lakes where our children can create their memories, just like I created my memories in Varturkere. Thank you.